just for demonstration purposes, I was going to show not just how to fold the bag, but how to actually do this in some software. What I'm going to do is a screen capture so it won't have any sound. So what I'll do is when I go into editing, I will add myself talking to tell you exactly what I'm doing. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, when you insert your text for the back of your bag, be sure to rotate it so it'll be upside down, because this will actually be right side up once your bag is actually properly folded. Notice that clicking the text box will actually make it right side up for editing, which is good because I don't think anyone can read upside down, at least that well. Clicking off of it will make it upside down again, which is what you want. The red master tab below on my software is great when all the basic info will be the same, like your logo, company info, or whatever. Now we're going to make a tab for the Dragon's Blood soap from that master. It's in the little yellow box below, and I've renamed the tab Dragon's Blood because that is the soap I'm going to be using for this particular project. Okay, in your program, insert the name of your soap in the desired font that you want. So I chose Oblivion font because it is my favorite video game, and it's also my logo font. And hopefully whatever program you have will also have the little rulers above and to the side so you can kind of measure what you're doing. It makes things so much simpler. And you're going to do the same thing for your product type, whether it's a soap, a bath bomb, fizzy, body butter, what have you. And I wasn't happy with that size, so I decided to make mine a little bit bigger because it matched my logo a little too closely. Now you're going to insert your picture, clip art, or whatever you have, if you use it. For this one, I used the dragon, which was part of the program, and you can resize or position as necessary to your liking, which I'm playing around here. And of course, I like my labels to be in color as well. Even though my printer is out of colored ink, so it will print out black and white, but this is just a demo anyway. But you'll get the gist of what I'm doing here, because I like, since this is Dragon's Blood, I want to make a nice burgundy red. And there we go. Alright, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to save the work as a PDF file to print from. So I click File, Print, and then I choose Adobe PDF. And this is a preview of what it will look like printed out. Okay, I'm back from printing. Hopefully what I do my voiceover, it'll make sense. Okay. I kind of changed the measurements up a little bit and decided to go back to the way I had it. I did that off camera. So anyway, because it didn't fold out quite correctly. But anyway, what I was going to show you real quick was you can print on vellum paper, which would be absolutely gorgeous. That's actually on my wish list to get. I also use scrapbook paper. This is for a gift to a friend of mine. This is some snowflake that I had that I thought would be kind of Christmassy. So, and this is actually one of my little tall skinny bars that I cut off a little bit. So what it did was it left quite a big, come on out you, it left a big gap right there. So, because I didn't tweak it for a tall skinny soap yet. So what I decided to do to fill up that gap was, you know, she loves skulls. She's kind of like an emo chick. I took one of the samples that I'd poured in my skull mold of my shave soap, and I'm going to stick that in there. It's actually the same fragrance oil, so the scents won't mess up each other. It's the same thing. So anyway, tuck that in, and now she has a little sample. But anyway, like I said, you can do scrapbook paper, vellum paper, any kind of, you know, cardstock, something like that. But just for demonstration, this is just regular print paper, and it's also not in color. For stores, this actually would be in color. So first, before we can do the folding, we have to cut it out. So, because I'm going to need that in a minute. And what I like to do is cut off about a 1/2 inch all around. And I marked, since this doesn't have the measurements go all the way across, I kind of marked it with some fingernail polish. So what I'm going to do is go, and I'm actually going to go a little over that mark, just because I've already done a few of these. And I still have a little bit of a gap. So I'm going to go over just a little more. Not much. So I'm going to mess it up. Bring that back up here. Cut that. Let's see, a little bit, just a little over, just a teensy bit. And then one little off the top and bottom. And that one I will go to the mark. So let's line this up. And lastly, the top. This is where it actually gets time consuming. Because in the software, I mean, especially if you have that master file, all you have to do is change, like, at the most your ingredients and of course the name of the soap. Everything else stays the same. So that's actually pretty fast. This right here, cutting the paper is to me what takes the longest. If I could actually find some papers in this size, I would just order them. That way I don't have to worry about cutting them. So this is really the most time consuming part. Okay, so anyway, that's what it looks like after all of the edges have been trimmed. So now for the actual folding. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to, camera, hello. Sorry about that. It's an old LifeCam camera and it messes up. We're going to fold this long ways. Actually, you're just going to crease the corner on both ends. Okay, that way you're just making a mark. And then you're going to fold the paper up to the crease marks. Let's see if I can see this. Sorry, I got to get my head in the way. Okay. And it looks like I've still screwed up because I moved the directions over. Hang on, let me look here. I have screwed something up. Apparently I'm going to have to go in and tweak again. Should not have messed with my original design. Because, see how the words, you can see them on that edge. I got to fix that, which means I need to go into my program and make this smaller. You can see it cuts off the print. So anyway, now that you get that folded, and then this is where you're going to need your soap. I don't know what is wrong with my computer. I mean my camera. Okay, take your soap and you're going to place it on your paper on the edge, and you want that kind of close to the edge, okay? Because you don't want this rattling around. You want it kind of snug. Otherwise, you're going to have to put some kind of filler in this thing. And you can fold up to the soap, like that. And then you're going to do the same thing for the other side. So you're going to fold up to the soap, like that. See, this side works perfectly because everything's centered and looks nice. Okay, so I just got to work on, I got to tweak that back. Now that we have that folded, this is what you wind up with. This is what it looks like. Okay, so now we're going to kind of recrease this. I'm going to make them a little sharper. It makes it easier to fold. You're going to take, hello camera, you're going to take this little crease right here, which is kind of hard to see on camera. You're going to fold it down. See how it does like a little Pac-Man thing here, or the little, remember the little paper thing we used to do as kids? I'm sure you ladies know what I'm talking about. Fold that over, and it leaves like, the lighting is horrible. I think there's too much light in this room. Hang on a second. Let me try to get some of this light. That's a little better. The light was just way too harsh in here. Okay. So anyway, you fold that over. And see how you're left with this thing right here? You fold that down or crease it. Okay, I just run my nails down it. Do the same thing for the other side. Grab this little corner piece, pull it down. And then of course do the same thing. Run your finger down. So that makes this shape. This is what actually is going to go around your soap. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. Just fold it up. I want to recrease this, make it sharp. Take this right here, fold it over. Crease it. And the last side, fold it over, run your nails, or a folding knife down, and you are left with this shape right here. Then you can take your soap, set it right there, and see, that makes it nice and snug. And then there you have it. There's your little bag. Now what I like to do, because I am a knitter, I love to knit, I have tons and tons and tons of yarn laying around the house. I do mean a yarn hoard, because I made these little mittens. Woohoo! Fingerless mitts. Anyway, that's another video. I like to take my yarn, because it's kind of like a nod to me being a knitter too. And what I do is I take my hole punch. This is just what I do. I mean, you can do like pretty ribbon, or you know, hot glue some buttons, or you know, whatever. And no, I'm not making this even because I'm just trying to do this in a hurry. But I like to punch holes in the bag, and then I take my yarn, which I had a piece laying here a second ago. Don't know what happened to it, so just grab another one. Cut it. Where's my scissors? Oh, there they are. Sorry. So I'm gonna cut me some yarn. Okay. And I'm going to thread it from back to front. Back down so it's easier for me to manipulate. Oh, I probably should have made that a little longer, but that's okay. Y'all forgive me, I'm sure. Oh yeah, it's way short. No, I can't even work with that. Sorry. Let me do another one. Good thing I have plenty of yarn. It's always easier to make it shorter, not longer. So
All right, let's try this again. Back to front. Pull it through. Okay. And lay it down. I'll do a little bow, which I suck at making bows, especially with yarn, because you know, can't fold it, but that's okay. Anyway, there you have it. And obviously, if this was for a person or for my store, I would obviously make this a lot prettier, but I'm just kind of doing this as a quickie. For me, I'm doing this as a more inexpensive way to dress, because I really don't want to raise the price point too much, and I think this is a great alternative. So anyway, guys, I'm sorry for rambling. I'm still new to making videos. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to comment below. Happy soaping, love ya, and give me some comments.